Okay, I think, appears that we are live. Good morning, beloveds. It has been a morning, and I'm just not having it. Okay. I thought we were going to skip Malachi. I keep saying Malachi. It's Matthew. I thought we were skipping Matthew 16. No, we are not. We just have one line and one article. So, let's do the housekeeping. All the housekeeping is, let me remind you, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. Hey, Tom?
Yeah?
Can you bring me my water? Just realized I forgot my water. Info@creativelife.org is the constant contact email. That will get you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month, and the hot links are hot. So click here now means it. It is also a blind CC, so nobody will see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. And when I say one a week, I mean that. It's a real person doing it. You don't have time for more than that. And, more importantly, the only reason you would get another one is if something unusual happens. I do like to point out we do live on the Gulf Coast, and it is hurricane season. Most of the time, if you get a second email, it's weather-related. So, unfortunately, that doesn't happen a whole lot either. So, we have a 20% chance of rain, 20-30% chance of rain today, but it's going to stay south of I-10. We are north of I-10. Yeah. But that is where we are. All right. Now, So, let me mention the social media, mainly from the standpoint of we do not monetize the social media. We don't want to deal with ads anymore, you do. So we ask you instead to go like, subscribe, follow, based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual post by reacting, commenting, and sharing. There's that. Also, just realized that I forgot to set up my protein shake, but, oh well, here we are. Okay. So, like I said, Hidden Power of the Bible used to be called Bible in Light of Religious Science, and I like to point out that it's a very thin book, whereas the Bible is actually a library of books and very thick. So what Ernest did was he picked out what he thought was the most relevant. And mostly we are focused on the teachings of Jesus, which is why we've been focused on Matthew. So if Ernest could have gotten his hands on the Redline Bible, I think he would have liked the Redline Bible. Because in the Redline Bible, everything that Jesus said is underlined in red. Jesus didn't talk a whole lot. So it's really important that we pay attention to what he did say, because what he had to say, pretty important. So this is Matthew 16. Then Jesus said unto his disciples, if any person will come after me, let them deny themselves and take up the cross and follow me. For whosoever will save their life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose their life for my sake shall find it. Now, I do want you to know that this quote, a lot of people have said a lot of things about this quote. And this quote is one of those reasons why a lot of Christians think that they're persecuted. Okay. And for a long time, Christianity was. But right now, Christianity is one of the dominant religions in the world. It is definitely the dominant religion in this culture. And Christianity is currently the one doing the persecuting. So, that's one of the reasons why it's a good idea to take a good look at this and see maybe if there's a more metaphysical way of looking at it, which is what Ernest is doing. Because his article is titled, Who Shall Save Their Life Shall Lose It. This is another one of those mystical sayings of Jesus, it's kind of important, that must be carefully considered before accepting it. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of people have looked at it and went, okay, you know what? And they've done all kinds of terrible things with that one. So, let's see what we're going to carefully consider it before accepting it. Does God demand that we give up everything if we are to enter into the kingdom of heaven? Of course not. God is the all-being as well as the all-knowing, and the all-being cannot wish or will that anyone should be less than it is. Okay? To suppose that God wills us to be limited is to contradict the divine nature. God's only will is to be, and for all to be. For God can conceive of humanity only as part of itself. Okay? There is nothing outside of God. That's why God can't judge us, because God can't separate us from itself to judge us. That's the good news. It must be then that what we are to lose is the sense of the possibility of living apart from life. We need to lose that idea of separation. We find ourselves in the divine idea, immersed in the infinite Godhead, one with the perfect whole. But should we think that we, of ourselves, without this relationship rightly established, can be or can express, then we cut the cord that binds us to the main power line and lose what little power we have. In other words, when we forget what we are, when we forget who we are, when we forget who we came from, we lose the most intimate part of ourselves. We are powerful only as we unite with power. We are weak when we desert this power. Not because God is jealous. Ooh, I love that. Not because God is jealous, but because this is the way things work. We limit ourselves. God does not limit us. We limit ourselves by denying who and what we are. Okay, the idea of a false renunciation of the giving up of all pleasure and benefits in this life is not even suggested in the teachings of Jesus. Self-effacement, the neglect of the body, starving and abusing the physical instrument, the belief that we must be unhappy and poor in order to serve the truth, all of these are immature ideas which deny the divine birthright of the soul, the incarnated spirit of the Most High within us. I would also tell you that I think that's spiritual abuse. When we are willing to lose a personal sense of responsibility, when we are willing to lose a personal sense of responsibility, there's comma. When we let go of the thought of isolation and claim a real unity with God, then we lose the personal and find the universal. But remember, as the greater always includes the lesser, so the universal always includes the personal, which is a personification of itself. So you're not going to lose yourself. You're just connecting with something greater than you are. Humanity is to lose the small estimate of itself, the isolated person, and go to find the greater reality, the incarnated and real ego. The image of the spirit cannot be defaced, nor can all the wit or sham of humanity really obliterate this image. The eternal light of God and the eternal light is God, and this light illuminates the pathway of the personal when there are no obstructions. Who leans on truth, throwing all with an undivided attention on the scales of reality, find them balancing rightly through the great law of compensation, which weighs and measures everything exactly as it is. Okay, that's not a very satisfying ending, right? So, whoever will save their life shall lose it, and whoever will lose their life for my sake will find it. Basically, if you are willing to follow the teachings of Jesus and let go of this death grip that we have on our separateness, then we get to join the greater dance. Jesus never asked us to give up life. Jesus asked us to give up our separateness in life. And that's a completely different story. Walking the way he did, it's a big ask. But he wouldn't have asked us to do it if he didn't know that we could. And that's the important thing. So, all right. It's a heavy one. It's a heavy one. But really, that's it. If we would be willing to give up the separateness, let go of that, what we think takes us out of spirit. And he says it more than once. You've got to give up anything unlike heaven to get to heaven. And that idea of separation, that's it. All right. I'm going to move on to the process of my day. We will pick up tomorrow with Matthew 17. Oh, I said it right that time. We will pick up with Matthew 17 after I go to the park. So I'll see you in the 9 o'clock hour. I'm just not sure when. So now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a you got this day, a take care of yourself day, a let's wrap this week up day, a if you get some rain, go dance in the rain, but if it's thunderstorm, stay out of the thunderstorm. But be aware of the heat, drink plenty of water, stay out of the sun between 1 and 7 is what they tell us here. Between 1 and 7. So take care of yourself day. Have a good laugh day. Take a good look at, what Jesus actually said, not what people have told you he has said day. Remember that God is all there is, and you are a part of the bigger dance day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. I say it every day, and I mean it every day. So, you're a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time at your own pace. Okay? And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. So explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. It is all the divine knows. That, my friends, is the good news. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds. As I said, moving into the process of my day, Reverend David should be on sometime this afternoon. As I said, I'll be back with you after I go to the park tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are